listeners, joining us from Nashville, Tennessee as our Strike a Chord guest is rising country star Amanda Cooksey, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. Also, check out our brand new podcast series, Off the Fret, featuring The Blowies as our inaugural guest. More music talk. Out now wherever you listen to podcasts. But we got the one and only Amanda Cooksey. How you doing, fam?
Hi, how are you guys? Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I mean, but let's get right on into it because Amanda, early on in your career, you left your home state of Orlando, Florida to pursue music in Nashville, Tennessee. So tell me, why is it important for you to live in the capital of country music?
Oh my gosh. Well, I started playing music from a really young age, and I knew it was what I wanted to pursue. Once I played this talent show in 8th grade and realized, okay, I love performing on stage. And when I was in high school, I was performing out everywhere. And my parents had told me about this school called Belmont. And I was like, I really want to pursue music. And they were like, this is a music school, so you should like go tour it and see how it is. And I ended up touring it and loved it, fell in love with the city. And as you know, Nashville is just the place to be for music, given that pretty much everyone here is a songwriter or associated with music in some way. So I just decided to move here and decided to go to school at Belmont.
But I would assume too, not everybody in Nashville can sing and play, and I think that's such a beautiful thing that I fall in love with artists that they can do that. And for the CCS family and your fans who are tuning in right now, what are some of the things that they can do to pursue picking up an instrument today? Like, what's your advice?
Gosh, well, I, took lessons for most of my life with piano and guitar. So I definitely recommend taking lessons from an instructor, or they have so many online courses now, like on YouTube and different places like that for free. So it's super accessible, and I highly encourage it because playing an instrument is it's super fun. And also it's really therapeutic for me, at least.
Yeah, so big time.
I love to use it when I'm feeling down or just anxious about things. So
do you play any other instrument besides the guitar?
The piano and the guitar. But in middle school, I did play in band, and I played the flute and saxophone. Super random.
I played the triangle.
I played the saxophone, and I loved it, but I gave it up because the instrument case was too heavy. So all my friends had flutes and clarinets, and and I had this big old sax, and I was like, done.
Well, I know. I don't play the saxophone anymore either, but yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from because I never bring the keyboard out on stage because of it's too heavy.
Well, Amanda, awesome.
Well, Amanda and Marissa, it sounds like the both of you are in denial, and it leads me to the point where we're going to. Talk to me about your brand new track, Denial, because where did you come up with the concept of making Denial come from? I mean, you're saying that it's a place where you could live in blissful ignorance, so where the relationship never ends. What the hell does that even mean?
Oh my gosh. Well, I randomly just came up with that one day. I was in my little writing room that I have in my apartment, and I was just singing this melody, and I thought of this idea called In Denial, and I was like, it would be cool to make Denial a place actually that you actually could live. That's like this paradise that you live in blissful ignorance. And so I brought the idea into some of my favorite co-writers, and we sat down, and they loved the concept, and we ended up just writing the song. But it's about this relationship that I went through 2 years ago that ended really badly. And for a while, you go through all these stages of the breakup, and the denial stage is definitely a stage that I went through at one point. So it's like the perfect song for, what I was going through at the time.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But honestly, Amanda, I mean, it's hard to believe anyone's breaking your heart because, I mean, can we all take a moment to look at how gorgeous you are? I mean, come on, let's be real. But what made you want to channel your emotions experiencing heartbreak within your own music?
I think it just comes so naturally to me. And again, music's always been an outlet for me, for my emotions, and just to process through things. So I really wanted to, after I went through this breakup, I just had all these ideas. It was a rush of just ideas that came to me. And so I needed to get all of it out. And music's just the easiest way for me to do that. And so all of these songs that I've been releasing the past year, I guess, have been about this whole thing that happened 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you sing in the following lyric. I love it here in denial. I might stay for a while. There's no clouds or rain, just sunny days. I wear my shades and a smile on my face. And I'm always joking with my mumsy that if Bill Maher can be a bachelor till he's 40, I can too. So, like, do you believe the mindset
Poor mumsy.
I know, poor
I know,
mumsy.
I
Well,
love
she's got
Mumsy.
other two. She got the other kids in relationships. She don't need to worry about me. But anyways, you know, do you believe the mindset of love is changing for millennials?
Oh gosh, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a different world. And, you know, having lived in this era of dating, it's definitely difficult, especially because I feel like people just don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that is kind of old fashioned. Like I've always just wanted to meet someone like in an organic way, but now there's all these apps and, you know,
Yeah, you don't want to
things like
swipe
that.
right and regret later, right?
Yeah, exactly. I just like can't imagine myself like, you know, doing it that way. But at the same time, it seems to be the way of the world. So it's definitely changing a lot. And I guess we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, you know what, Amanda? It's starting to all make sense. And I'm starting to feel like I'm in that paradise of in denial too, because I want something organically as well. So you know what? With that being said, let's play Amanda Cooksey's track, In Denial.
Checked in like 2 months ago. The second he said it was over, kicked on my feet, made myself at home, valeted my car and my closure, laid back on a beach chair right next to the ocean, watching the waves and all my baggage floating away. Hey, I could get used to this place. I love it here in denial. Think I might stay for a while. There's no clouds or rain, just sunny days. I wear my shades and a smile on my face. Ain't no sad songs on the dial, just cotton candy skies from miles. Straw to my lips, ignorance is bliss, and his goodbye might not be final. Here in denial. All of my friends say come to your senses. Can't hear them over birds singing, and hearts they don't break, don't go separate ways. That's just the Kool-Aid I'm drinking. I love it here in denial. Think I might stay for a while. There's no clouds or rain, just sunny days. I wear my shades and a smile on my face. Ain't no sad songs on the dial, just cotton candy skies for miles. Straw to my lips, ignorance is bliss, and his goodbye might not be final. Here in denial. Here in denial. Laid back on a beach chair right next to the ocean. This state of mind got me digging my toes in. I love it here in denial. Think I might stay for a while. There's no clouds or rain, just sunny days. I wear my shades and a smile on my face. Yeah, yeah. Ain't no sad songs on the dial, just cotton candy skies for miles. Straw to my lips, ignorance is bliss, and his goodbye might not be final. Here in denial.
That's what's good. That is Amanda Cooksey, and that is her track In Denial. And I want to remind the CCS family that you are listening to Strike a Chord. So if you physically or digitally pick up that record, you're gonna know these tracks. So Amanda, I did come across a video on your Instagram that I'd like to share with the rest of the CCS family. So Marissa, can we put Amanda on blast and roll this clip?
Hold on. I gotta pull.
I'm so scared right now.
You should be very scared because, you know, in the radio world, we dive nose deep, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
Look, we found something on your Instagram.
I got it right here. I got it.
I'm not gonna write one more song about him.
So, as you can clearly see in the video, CCS family,
Love it.
My question is, Amanda, how do I get a song written about me? Could you open up your DMs? Because I promise that I won't break your heart. You need a more positive track.
I know, I really do. Honestly, it's like, it's about time that we have a positive dating experience here, but I feel like I keep writing
so that sounds like you're opening up the DMs for you and I. Okay, perfect. But no, in all jokes aside, I have teased a previous Strike a Chord artist on the show. Like, do you regret writing songs about your exes? Like, why waste time on them if you have to sing about them for the rest of your musical career?
It's a good point, I guess. But I don't know. I think it's just like all in the moment for me. It's about like what I'm feeling at that time. And just, it kind of like encapsulates like a part of my life that, you know, was special to me and important to me at one point. And just, it was a roller coaster of emotions. And so it's almost like a diary entry, like when I think about it. So it's kind of just something I can look back on and be like, oh my gosh, yeah, that happened. And like, I went through all this, but I grew from it at the end of the day. So
I like how you made like fun of yourself. So and I do love Taylor Swift, but she gets very upset when anybody references she sings about all her exes, and like really upset. And I love that you just embraced it and made fun of yourself before anybody else can, and been like, yeah, it's my life, it's my diary entry. I dig it.
Exactly. But I mean, I feel like love is what people love to write about. So it's just, it's the easy thing to write about.
We all fall in love or wish to fall in love. I mean, that's a human connection.
Right.
But it feels like a lot of these regretful songs come from love at first sight. So do you believe in love at first sight, and is that a good thing?
I don't know if I believe in love at first sight or not. I mean, with this particular person that I was dating at the time, like it took me a year to realize that like I even had feelings for him at the time. And it was just like we were best friends before. And so like I just think that love comes to you like in different ways. So maybe it's possible, but
well, let me read you a tweet that kind of resonated with me this week that the rapper The Game was talking about us millennials, and he wrote, quote, "Dudes dating women's bodies and women dating dudes' pockets. Then y'all wonder why the relationship's short-lived. Intentions aren't pure, so love can't be developed properly." What's your thoughts on that?
Gosh, I mean, you know, like I said, dating today, it's a roller coaster. So I don't know. There's different people looking for different things out there. So it's just, you know, a matter of like what you want out of a relationship or out of somebody else. And, you know, if that's what people are looking for, I guess that's up to them.
I can say is I've never dated a guy's pocketbook, and I think that's where I'm going.
Oh, stop it, Marissa!
My next dude needs to have a deep ass pocket, okay? Because I date broke men.
Stop
playing. A lot of them broke.
You know, Amanda, you better not be talking this outlandish talk. We always be dating people for their pockets. Let's be real.
I know. And how come I always have broke men? If I'm dating, believe me, okay? I need to take some of his advice. Try that route.
At least we're all agreeing with the game's comments. So we're a failed generation when it comes to the love life. But, you know, we are about to be playing you your brand new single. It's called Chicago. And you sing in that track, "Guess you never saw us growing old. Maybe you left me a long time ago." And Amanda, is the problem with finding love with our generation is that we're not thinking enough about the long terms?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what I've been running into a lot in my own personal dating experience is that people just don't want the committed relationship. They want the like, oh, maybe like a couple months of this person and like that's it. But no, I think commitment's important, and like just wanting to be with someone who's like my best friend has always been something that I'm like, I would like in a relationship. So I don't know, but
So do you
I guess
think with
everybody else
that's
is.
getting in a relationship during COVID all virtually, like all of those are going to be failed relationships because it's not organic?
I don't know, because some of my friends have used the dating apps and they're doing really well right now. And it's going super well. So I know.
Strange.
You never know.
Hopefully we never see you on eHarmony ever. I mean, oh my gosh, please give yourself some kind of self-respect.
Yes.
But anyways, we're about to be playing you your brand new single right now, and this is Amanda Cooksey. This song's called Chicago.
You were there, I prayed, kept me on my feet, like a teenage dream, forever feeling 17. But guess you never saw us growing old. Maybe you left me a long time ago. Am I thinking too much? 'Cause you were all about us. Did you leave me in June? Or did you leave me in Chicago? Did you stay in a high-rise there? Does she know you like I know you? Were your fingers running through her hair? Did you give her your jacket? And did she whisper to you, I love you? Do I wanna know what happened? Did you leave me in June? Or did you leave me in Chicago? Did you leave me in Chicago? Might not change a thing, won't even help me sleep. But honestly, anything would fill the spaces in between. Wish you'd tell me what to think. Did you leave me in Chicago? Did you stay in a high-rise there? Does she know you like I know you? Were your fingers running through her hair? Did you give her your jacket? And did she whisper to you, I love you? Do I wanna know what happened? Did you leave me in June? Or did you leave me in Chicago? Did you leave me in Chicago? I gotta know, no. I gotta know, Did you leave me in Chicago? I gotta know. Am I thinking too much? Did you even think about us? Was it really in June? Or did you leave me in Chicago? Did you stay in a high-rise there? Does she know you like I know you? Were your fingers running through her hair? Did you give her your jacket? And did she whisper to you, I love you? Do I wanna know what happened? Did you leave me in June? Or did you leave me in Chicago? Did you leave me in Chicago? Did you leave me in Chicago? I gotta know, no.
Yeah, that's what's good. That's Amanda Cooksey, and that's her track Chicago. And all I know is, like, I would never leave you in Chicago. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
I don't know about you. Yeah. but since you are questioning yourself in that chorus, you came from Florida, you go to Nashville. Where does Chicago come into the mix? That's what I'm contemplating.
So, like, the reason I wrote this song is because, once my ex and I broke up, he had been playing a show in Chicago before we broke up. And like
And
a month later,
cheated.
he was,
And he
I don't
cheated
know.
in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know. But this girl was in Chicago. This girl was from Chicago that he started seeing. And I was like questioning all these things in my head. Like, is it possible? I don't know.
It is. Your
So-
intuition is right. 100%. He cheated.
You're like, he
And
cheated for sure.
Proof is in the pudding. He dated her from Chicago. Like,
It's a
I'm sorry.
secretary, Marissa. It's a secretary in a high-rise building. We clearly heard in the lyrics. But, I do want to remind the listeners that you are listening to the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, and this is Strike a Chord with the phenomenal rising country pop star, Amanda Cooksey. And I do want to ask you this because I know even during COVID, it's been really tough with everybody, and now everything's starting to loosen up. I don't know what it's like in Nashville, Tennessee, but I know in California, it's freedom starting to come back. But when it comes to outside of your musicality, what do you do that kind of contributes to the music? Like, in essence, like, what hobby do you do to, like, in order to rejuvenate your own creativity?
Gosh, that's such a hard question.
There's nothing you do. You're not on Fortnite with all the rest of the kids.
It's so funny because I'm like, am I boring? Because all I love to do is watch movies. Like, I love horror movies. I love Marvel. I'm like a nerd, by the way. I'm a Marvel like movie nerd. I do play video games though too, actually. But
I think you're describing Chris's like perfect girl. So you guys
let me just kick back. I'm listening, Amanda. Go on. I'm listening.
No, yeah, I do. I play video games and stuff too. I have a Switch, so I'm play like Zelda and Animal Crossing and all that fun stuff.
Okay, so we know that she's a textbook girl, but she also loves her video games. We dig it. But also, I know we're about to be playing you one last track right here on the Chris Collins Show, and that's let me guess, it's What's His Name?
Yes.
Do you even want to say his name on the track? No, hell no, we don't want to say his name.
No.
Who cares, right? But
Exactly.
I do with this kind of song. Let's just roll the clip.
We don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. Jet black, deep hair, white Adidas. Walked in and he's spinning like tequila. Damn, who's that? I had to ask, 'cause I'm too curious for my own good. Everything about him told me that I should turn and read, not fall in love. But I jumped in head first. Should've used my head first. Should've never wondered. What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before. What's his name? Got a laundry list of shit we call him. Saved in my phone as don't you dare call him. When you're drunk, he's still not the one. It don't roll off my lips like the way it once did. I swear I don't miss. What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before. What's his name? I blocked it out of my memory. I could try spelling it out. I think it went something like D-I-C.
Okay, I guess I did forget about.
What's his name? I had to know it. What a shame. He had a blow. Now we don't say that word around here no more. We don't say that word around here no more. 'Cause what's his name? He put me through it. And now I wish I never even knew it. No, we don't say that word around here no more. I was so much better before.
Well, I know what's
his
her
name?
name, and that's Amanda Cooksey, and that's her track, What's His Name? And you know what? You're such a phenomenal artist, and we cannot wait
Thank
to hear
you so
more music
much.
from you because I really, truly believe you're doing something very genre-breaking when it comes to the country art world. And for
Oh,
all the
thank you.
listening audience, our CCS family that wants to check out your music, let them know what's good. Where can they follow you on social media?
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram at Amanda A. Cooksey. You can follow me on Twitter at A. Cooksey Music, and then Facebook's just Amanda Cooksey Music. I'm also on TikTok
There we go.
and
That's right.
Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. So.
Rock and roll. Amanda, you have been so phenomenal. Thank you again for joining us on the Chris Collins
you,
Show,
guys.
Millennial
Thank
Talk
you.
Show, and hopefully we have you back real time soon. Can't wait to hear more music from you.
Yes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
All right, rock and roll. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.